Game. Israel checks in. He's got space down the middle and slips by action. Kenny Pickett going downfield for the touchdown. Look on third. Back down the middle. Back. As we got some blockers to lead the way, he is in for his second to win the game. It is straight down the middle. Prior. But it will be this time. It keeps doing that. Madden always has its problems. But there goes Pickett to the end zone. As Carroll is blitzed again, ball pops out. Fake draw, Carroll blitzed and sacked. Kenny Pickett with a 4 rush. Downfield, Pickett gets picked. Option, he's not going to. As it is a Okonkwo to the end zone. Touchdown. Carroll throws the pick, and that is game. As he goes up top, he's got his target when the ball was snapped. Down towards the end zone. Safety. Godwin gets the step. We put it on him. It's the speed to carry him. 10-5 in Pickett. As he goes downfield, he gets picked. Zone or nothing as Dotson. Goal line versus goal line. Connor follows the block. Horrific after Connor with space. Corner blitz. Here comes Pinnock. They put a stamper on this one. Here, rolling again. Can't see, and it gets picked off. Throw, Pickett. He's got Dotson. Line versus goal line, and he slips the tackle as it's a power run. Diving. As he spins, it's picked off, and that gives us the division. And following that strong push, with 4 weeks to go, down 2 games, we storm back, we take the division, and we find ourselves in the playoffs season 3. And we're facing a very familiar team today. As we saw in the highlights to start this episode, the Jaguars were where we began last episode, and we pulled off the win, 24-21. And we did, for the most part, a really good job in that game. Near 400 yards for us, a little bit under 300 for them, and we just need to go out and put together either the same performance or an even better performance. Keep Bryce Young to how Bryce Young plays. If he plays like it is in the Panthers franchise, all the better. James Conner had a fantastic game running. That's where we're going to stick to. And Israel was a great complimentary back. And of course, if you saw yesterday's Panthers franchise episode, then you know Madden owes us some favors. So I expect us to go out here and put together a great game. We're at home, Jaguars come into town, a chance to move on to the divisional round with a win. And if this video gets 50 likes and we get that win, then we'll be back tomorrow for some more playoff football. And we are underway. Wild card weekend starts on defense. Now, of course, only 1 game per episode as it is the playoffs. Great start, Dennis, knocking that one free. We did a really good job against James Cook in the last episode. Did not get him going whatsoever, which we're going to need to see a whole lot more of. As Bryce Young, he finds his second throw, gain of 4. Though this is a Jaguars offense that doesn't have a whole lot of threats, though Kyle Pitts is one of them. Pass rush shows up first drive. It forces the throwaway, and it's a 3 and out for the Jags. But at least for them, they get a pretty good punt off. We're starting back at the 5. Run game first and foremost, as always here. As Connor, he finds some space to the outside. A little stiff arm there, and it's a gain of 9. Now we are still a couple games away from getting back Stallings to really round out that running back group. But Israel, as mentioned, he had a really good episode last episode. And if he has to go out there, I am perfectly fine with that. He made plays both in the elusive game and a little bit with some power as well. As we go to play action here, Kenny Pickett. He's trying to find somewhere to go. He looks to scramble, avoid as much lost yardage as possible. He's back to the line. In fact, they don't even mark that as a sack in the stat column. It is just a tackle, so he barely would have crossed the plane then. Tackle from behind as TJ Watt finds Connor. Once again, not able to get by the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. A heavy tight end set here, as Pickett will look to throw. They rush 4. That is getting pressure. Pickett, he looks to scramble, avoid running straight to the defense. We get 5 and we'll punt. Overall, a pretty defensive game to get us started. 0-0 after both teams' first possessions. Jaguars at the 22 as they hand it off to 32. Stevenson. Actually, no, that was a different team we played. Kendre Miller. If I'm remembering correctly, he did score 1 touchdown in that previous game. 2nd and 4. This time, James Cook, he cuts back right and finds the first down lane. Honestly, in a way similar to what we were hoping to have with Connor and Stallings, they've got a pretty decent 1-2 punch there. Going back to Cook, great blocking. Joey Porter can't get the tackle, but Whitehead will. It's nearly another first down, though, about 1.5 yards shy. Though they say 2nd and 1, hard count, no one jumps. Coming in motion, make it a tight set with the receiver. Throw to the flat, opens up for James Cook, who they've gone, 3 plays in a row to? This time manages 8 yards through the air and picks up that first down. Now a 2 spread either side for Bryce Young, who's trying to use that hard count. It's not really working. Downfield, he misses his target, and he got Kyle Pitts laid out as well. As long as we can keep the tight end out the game, I think we'll be all right defensively. Bryce Young looking for somewhere to throw. Up top, he's got his receiver, though not enough space to hit the brakes. Goes out for a 3rd and 2. That one credited to Nico Collins. Now with the bunch down to the bottom, 1 up top, James Cook in the backfield. They will go play action. Young across the middle, strike, finds the first down to the 30. Young finds Johnston on that one. Now with a more spread look, Young, pass rush again, forces the throw, but no problem. Kyle Pitts gets the catch, getting them down to the red zone. It'll be a gain of 11, 1st and 10. Just inside the 19. As Young drops under center, it's a tight set for him. Still looking to throw. We bring the blitz off the back end, and it's a sack fumble scooped up by Johnson. We know Bryce Young is a turnover waiting. We've got to force a whole lot more of those today. Brandon Smith with the biggest play of the game so far. Strip sack offense starting at the 26. We got 2 receivers up top. As we go with some play action, Kenny Pickett going downfield, and he misses Okonkwo, who had the step on the defender. Now Okonkwo, another one of those players last episode who had a phenomenal set of games. Multiple touchdowns, all of them big plays. We go with a running game after. As Connor spins, it's a gain of 7, leaving 3rd and 3 at the 33. Feel like we need another 3 mixed in there. It's a shotgun set. We hand it off. Connor will pick up that first down to the 41 as Alex Anzalone shaken up on the play. We'll eventually get help to the sideline. Hopefully he's able to return. 1st and 10 for us as we look to go back to the air. Pass rush, though, forces a scramble. Spinning Pickett, the ball pops out, and it's a set of fumbles. Going back and forth, the score remains 0. So far, this one's shaping out to be a different style game than the previous, as by now, at least 1 team scored in that last one. Down the middle goes Miller, not finding much. It's a stingy gain of 2, as we maybe have time for 1 more play here this quarter. We'll see if they snap it, and they will not. So to the 2nd quarter we go. It's a goose egg for either side, as the defense has come ready to play. We have 0 passing yards, 32 rushing. That's a lot more for the Jags. Though, honestly, they've had the ball more than we have. To start the 2nd quarter, Jaguars in plus territory at the 42. Young looking to throw. It's wide open. Nico Collins down to the 21. Bryce Young 6 of 9 throwing. Still waiting for Joey Porter or Benford to make a big play in coverage. Linebackers, they made some decent plays as here comes the rush. It is not a fumble. Gross Matos getting back there. Maybe if that one didn't go forward in such a manner, maybe they would have called it a fumble. But instead, incomplete pass. As they switch up the formation here, tight set. Bryce Young looking to throw again. He goes up top. Kyle Pitts gets the catch. No gain. Or actually, correction on that. Ref says he did not get the catch. Either way, didn't look like it was going to be a gain. 3rd and 10. We bring a blitz. It's picked up well, though Dennis still gets back there. Sack. Loss of 3 at the 24. Should be field goal attempts here to try to get the first points of the game. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Jaguars take the lead. Well, it's about time our offense gets going here. As we start at the 25. Going with a run, Connor. He's got a bunch of space. Good block down the field from Jahan Dotson. Be a strong gain of about 12-13, and James Conner doing what he's done almost every game. A little bit shaken up, he goes to the sidelines. This has been pretty common occurrence for him. Most likely he'll get back on the field, but right now it is Israel checking in. As Pickett throws to the flat, he finds his receiver. Honestly, not sure who it was. I could barely see it. Gain of 6. I'm assuming one of the tight ends, either Brenton Strange or Okonkwo, as it's a bunch up top following. Handed off for Israel. He's got some space, picking up that first down, gain of 5. He's definitely been a solid change of pace for sure. A lot more speed than any of our other running backs, though jet sweep, it goes Washington. Gain of 5 as well, back-to-back plays. Don't run that too often, but occasionally, sure, we'll break it out. 2nd and 5, tight set here. Going up top, we find Brenton Strange for a gain of 2. After bringing in Okonkwo, he didn't quite see as many plays as we were hoping. Tried to force a lot of 2 tight end sets. Quite haven't seen it like we were hoping. To the flat, and it's dropped. 4th and 3 at the 45. But it looks like the offense will stay on out. Going shotgun. We got 2 to the right, 1 to the left in Godwin. Just need to pick up that first down, and it's a bit further downfield than you would expect, but it works. First down to the 27. Typically, those slants are like a 5-yard pass. That time, more like a 15. It works for us. As we go down the middle, Connor has checked back in. I think he actually might have been out there the previous play as well. So, just as we are used to, the old guy at running back is bouncing back. 2nd and 8, we go spread empty. Pickett up top, Washington toe taps, leaving 3rd and 3. So maybe a slightly better throw lets him catch that at the sideline and turn up. Looks like a long 3rd and 3, almost 3rd and 4, as it's nearly picked off. Cam Sample injured on the play, but we'll let the field goal unit head out. Ryland to tie this one up, 3.5 minutes left this half. Snap is back, hold down, kick is up, and we're back level. And the battle of the defenses continue. 3-3. As it's a high snap, Young able to corral it, hands it off for Cook, who gets a juke in and picks up about 12-13 on the rush. Only his 3rd carry, 27 yards, as they've primarily been a passing team. 2 spread either side, Young making some sort of check at the line. Will be another pass. We bring the blitz. It's picked up. He finds Cook again on the dump off. Gonna get by Brandon Smith for a little while. Honestly, that might be one of the biggest gains of the day, at least in a while. Nico Collins had a good one earlier, as it's a bunch down below. Going back to the run, it's Cook right down the middle as he gashes another first down. Need to start getting a little bit more stingy there as we hit the 2-minute warning. And it's at this point where Madden likes its shenanigans. So if that could go our way, can we get another turnover here? Corner blitz, picked up, dump off across the middle. Kyle Pitts, it's another first down. The last, 3 or 4 plays have each been a gain of about 11, 12 yards. As it's 1st and 10 at the 28. Young looking to throw again, this time forced to roll. He throws out of bounds. Now we are getting some pass rush in this one, but it's not coming from the standard 4 rush. Typically when we bring a blitz, it's working, so might need a little bit more of that. As Young throws, finding the first down. I believe that was Nico Collins, but Patrick Jones, he's a little bit shaken up. He's going to head to the sideline as well. Good news is it appears none of these injuries seem too serious. Still hate that they happen. As it's trips up top, though going down to the bottom, and a big hit does not deny the touchdown. Kyle Pitts, first touchdown of the wild card weekend, puts them back in front. So with 1 minute, 18 seconds Let's jump out here with the offense, try to control clock this drive, and find a little something before halftime, like a wide open Okonkwo. That's a big gain for us, nearly flipping the field, as we'll get back to it quickly. Now under a minute, we're in plus territory. They're playing off coverage across the board. We'll go back to our tight end, Okonkwo. He spins, another first down gain. We'll get back to it. We have 2 timeouts, so we have to be a little bit smart with those. We're essentially in field goal range, just can't lose any yards. As we drive it across the middle, there goes Godwin. He spins off, and he is down at the 15. Timeout called there, 28 seconds. So far, a really promising drive. As we stick with the same look, see if we can get Washington to that back pylon. Have to keep the safety over, which we don't, but we've got Godwin instead, and it is a touchdown. No animation. Thought he didn't get that foot in, but he did. We immediately tie this game back up. All in all, a very tight first half here. Leveled up 10-10, and both sides playing very evenly. 57 rushing to 50, 104 passing to 110. It is deadlocked, as we are looking to potentially move on to face either the Chargers or Bills, another set of teams we played last episode, or the Jets and Titans. Well, that'll only be the case if we could pull off the win today. It's essentially a new game here in the second half as we start on offense at the 23. Pickett, he's rolling, avoiding TJ Watt, finding Brenton Strange. That is a good play from Kenny Pickett. 9 of 12, a little over 100 passing, and he had that touchdown, finding Godwin before halftime. If we include that with some dominant rushing, we'll be just fine here this half. A little bit behind, but we find Godwin, leaving 3rd and inches. This is really the style of game that would fit Kenny Pickett here. We're not putting a lot of pressure on him. He's finding his targets. It's exactly what we need from him. Follow the blocks, and a little bit slow following the blocks. We still get the first down, but we missed out on a lot of yardage to the outside. But ultimately, what we needed that play was the first down. We got that. We'll continue this drive at the 36. Back down the middle, Connor looks for a cut, and he will get about 1. It was a pretty quick tackle there from Forrest. Maybe a little bit more Israel for that. Just change of pace back might help out, or just gash open the middle. That works for us. Crossing midfield to the 49 goes Connor. Just like the number on his chest and back, 6 yards per carry, as he's at 10 rushes for 61 yards. Go back to him. Down the middle, it's at least another 6. Make it gain of 8. That will slightly bump up the average, make it 6.3, as it's a heavy tight end set, 3 down to the bottom. As we go with the stretch, shaking through the tackle, first down, a little stiff arm to get an extra yard, as now Rashaan Evans shaken up for the Jaguars. Well, for the first time today, this one appears to be a little bit more serious. He will head to the tunnel. 1st and 10 on the field, as it is stuffed down the middle. Anzalone, who got shaken up earlier, he gets the tackle at the line there. Going back to a more heavy set, 2 tight ends plus Dotson at the top of the line. A little bit of some play action. They bring the blitz. We pick it up. Downfield wide open is Dotson. Down to the 5. 11 of 14, 139. Looking for a second touchdown is Kenny Pickett. 2 spread either side. Or we could also hand it off. Hard count, no one jumps. We will hand it off. And open lanes, we take the lead. Our first lead today comes at the start of the second half. And for our defense, a fantastic opportunity to start taking control of this game. With a defensive stop, we've gotten plenty of them today. Cansey did about as much as he could on that one. Took on 2 blockers, stretched out the play to gain of 4 for James Cook. Trip set up top, 1 down below to follow as they're at the 29. Bryce Young, he'll take the snap. Quick throw, quick first down goes Nico Collins. Of the actual receivers, he's definitely been the most targeted today. Johnston, I think, has 1 catch, and honestly, I couldn't tell you who their 3rd is. Down the middle, James Cook, gain of 3. Wouldn't be surprised if he also just leads the team in receiving as well. Kyle Pitts has gotten a little bit involved. 2nd and 7 across the middle, missing his target, I believe was Nico. It will force a 3rd and 7. Chance to get off the field here, defense. Tight shotgun look, we bring the blitz, and it works. Dennis will pick up his 2nd sack of the game. 4th and 16, they are punting away. And with a long field in front of us, it would be a great time to start milking some clock, as long as we continue moving that rock. As it's Brenton Strange, he had to reverse on the catch, only a gain of 1. But at least it's a gain. We've had several plays either go for a loss or just back to the line, so at least a little positive there. As we hand it off, it is stuffed on 2nd. That time just back to the line, leaving 3rd and 9. As time is running out here this 3rd quarter, we're under a minute left. Pickett making a check as we will go some play action. Here comes the rush, and he is dropped. We'll have to punt from deep in our own territory. So with that, we'll just check in on this play. Make sure nothing crazy happens. Get this one away, Gilkin will. It's a decent punt for where he had to kick it, and they will be starting in plus territory. At the 48, looking to pass the ball to the flat, caught, no, jarred free, Joey Porter. And waiting to call his name, leaves them with 6 seconds left in this quarter. We're still up that touchdown. Bryce Young looking to throw with that empty set across the middle, held on to this time number 2. That's a new target for him, Amari Cooper. Though as I check the stat sheet heading into the 4th quarter, he did already have 1 catch, so they found him at some other point. But it is crunch time here. Read option picked up, slamming him down is Cansey. He's been one of the most versatile defenders we've had this series. He's played outside linebacker, left end, DT, I mean just about anything we ask. Dennis as well has been phenomenal. Already with 2 sacks, picks up another TFL there, leaving 3rd and 11. As they got trip set up top, 2 down below. Bryce Young, he's got the drag to Cooper, doesn't like it. He looks to scramble. He's got some speed, ball pops out, and we push it out of bounds. Though Bryce Young is down on the field, they'll immediately cut. Maybe it was a big injury. We'll see if he returns. But it's a field goal attempt here. From the 48, it's a 58-yarder down the middle. Really could have used with recovering that fumble to keep it a touchdown game. Instead, now we need to find at least a field goal here late on. As we look to throw, we've got Godwin, and he tiptoes past the midfield line. Immediately into plus territory. Godwin has put together a pretty good second half here. Also made some plays right before the end of the first half. Look to go with a run here. Indeed we do. Watt is there to keep it minimal. Of course, as we have that lead, we're letting the play clock run. Snapping it around 3-ish seconds, 3 to 5 seconds each play. Pickett throws it straight to the defender. That's gonna be a pick 6. The Jags will take the lead. Such a clean game from Pickett until that throw. We cannot let this one be costly for us. We need a good drive, so let's jump out here with the offense. Down the middle, Connor, he runs through the defender, trying to run through the second. He picks up the first, a run of anger on that one. Really, he just told Kenny Pickett, give me the ball, I don't want any more of your shenanigans. RPO, they will keep with the handoff, Connor down the middle. Another solid run, gain of 5. Now the offense still letting this clock roll. They're trying to have this be the final possession. As Connor with some space down the middle, he finds plenty into plus territory. Juice Scruggs now shaken up. And for us, it's our first player to have to head through the tunnel. That's going to bring out Bates at center. Very similar style of offensive lineman, so it should be a lateral move here for us. We motion out the big boy, he helps seal the edge, and we'll get a gain of 6. Really just running this offense exactly how we plan on doing it. Now following Bates here on this play, he gets the double, we cut back to the left-hand side. Great block downfield as we shuck off the tackle. There goes Connor into the end zone. Well ahead of schedule, but we retake the lead back over to the defense to get a stop and send us to the divisional. We talked about at the beginning of having this be a very similar game to the last, and well, right now, 24-20 looks oddly similar to the final score of that previous game as Cook, he finds plenty of space, some bad angles on the screen. Pick up that first down up to the 40. The Jaguars 1 point off of their total from that last game, which we won 24-21. Defensive stop here could keep this score line the same. As we're about 2.5 minutes left in this one, it's Nico Collins on the drag. He'll pick up 7. Now we have forced some turnovers on Young. He got away with 1 fumble a couple drives ago. I would love to force another one on him. Dennis was in a good spot to do so. He just couldn't find the ball. Instead, Kyle Pitts does. First down into plus territory. They need a touchdown. Field goal does them no good. As Young goes up top, he's got Pitts again. Quick tackle, gain of 6. And it looks like they'll continue airing out the ball as they go spread empty. Trip set to the bottom this time. Cook up top as that's where they go. Not gonna get the first down. He ran back behind the line to gain. We'll leave him needing inches here, more like a millimeter on third. Now, do they hand it off or do they throw it? We got a 5 front. And when we bring the blitz, they send the screen and it will get by the first round. Not the second. Good play call there from the Jags. As we approach a minute left, both teams have their timeouts. No one calling it. We bring the blitz again. Here comes Dennis looking for his 3rd sack. He gets there a split second too late, but no gain. I'll take it. Does stop the clock. 1:03 at the 33. Tight set here for the Jags. Young, clean pocket this time. He finds Pitts. Gain of around 13-14. Down to the 18. As this clock will continue not to roll. Jags finally call their timeout. 51 seconds left. And honestly, I'm perfectly fine with them calling the timeouts. Was wondering if we needed to, as we might need some time here if the defense can't get the stop. Here comes Smith, forces the throwaway. We're dialing up some aggressive blitzes on this drive. It's worked and it also hasn't worked. 2 receivers stack on either side. Young, just a 4 rush. Throws to the flat and no one anywhere close. Not sure if he was just trying to throw that one away and had a receiver relatively in the area or what that was about. 3rd and 10. 4 down territory for sure. As they send 3 down to the bottom, it's Pitts up top with Joey Porter. Johnston motions in, Young looking to throw. As he rolls, he's got time. He's got happy feet for sure. And it's Pitts again. Barely squeaking into the end zone. They take a lead, 37 seconds left. Well, we all know where we need to get to. The 39 to send us to overtime. Touchdown to win it. Kenny Pickett, he's got to come through just as he did prior to halftime. He finds Washington. Quick strike, first timeout call. One of the, if not the, most impressive throw we've had from Kenny Pickett this series right there. Everyone going to the outside here, trying to conserve some of those timeouts. As there's not enough time to get it out cleanly, I'm okay with that. No one was quite open. And Ryland's saying the 40 today. Maybe getting a little boost here with the playoffs on the line. Our season on the line. We got trips to the left-hand side. We're sending some vertical routes as we've got Dotson. He takes a couple big hits. This is field goal range as we've got 1 timeout remaining. Can we find the end zone from here? 23 seconds, spread empty. Let's send Connor on the slant. See if that might draw the safety in. Leave Godwin one-on-one. Or we'll try to get it to the outside. He can't hold on to it. That will at least stop the clock. If you're not going to get out of bounds, I would rather it be that drop. 2nd and 10. A little bit of some play action. They don't really step down with it. Ball comes up short and it's picked off. Dotson couldn't find it. And that is game. It was looking so good. And if he was able to just find that one, we probably would have been down to around the 5. But the season comes up, one and done in the playoffs. Jaguars pull off an impressive comeback there late, 27-24, and we are headed to the offseason. Still, though, a very promising season and something to build off of for sure as we finally made those playoffs. We saw what the offense can do. We're getting close, though still work to be done as they were the 27th in the league. Defense was really good, 4th in the league. Hopefully we don't have too much regression hit some certain players. Kenny Pickett, he's so close, but I don't know if he's ever going to turn that corner. 23 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, less than 60% completion. James Conner, a fantastic year, but he is very much in regression, and it's probably going to have to be Stallings next year. We'll see what happens next episode. 4 fumbles, also not very good for Conner. That was a problem as well. Chris Godwin ended up having a pretty solid year. Nothing special, though. He did have 4 touchdowns. That did not lead us. Okonkwo led us in touchdown receptions, a little less than 700 yards. And Dotson, he's doing okay, but I would want more from our receivers if our quarterback play can provide it. Offensive line, it was a pretty solid year from them. Really happy with that. And Dennis, an amazing year in his 3rd season. 114 tackles. Tackles for a loss. We had Gross Matos with 14. Cansey had 10. Sack-wise, we didn't produce a lot of those. We got a lot of pressure. They didn't always lead to sacks. 6.5 led us. Interceptions, Dennis led us again there. 4 for him, 2 for Porter Benford and Jackson, and then 1 for a handful of other players. Kicking wise, it wasn't a bad year for Ryland. He only missed 2 of his round 60 or so kicks. So next time we will get back to the grind. We'll go through the offseason at the beginning, see what moves we can make to really bolster this team for another go at the playoffs, hopefully win the division in a little bit more of a more forward manner, not going down to week 18 as we've done the last 2 seasons, and then get stuck into season 4. We have till the end of season 5 to win that Super Bowl. Otherwise, it is a failed challenge. So make sure you stick around, hit that bear icon on the bottom right, scroll down, hit that sub button, one of those 2, and definitely tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Tuesday and Thursday. Obviously, since we didn't win, not going to be back tomorrow, but a big episode will be out tomorrow as it's the first Futures episode for the Panthers franchise to start to round that series out. We'll probably go through, I would imagine, about 2 seasons. Not going to see a whole lot of in-game action, some highlights here and there, but really it's about wrapping out the careers of all the players over there. So make sure you tune into that, and then again, we'll be back here for another go at a playoff run.